Ooh, technology.
We live?
You never know.
Episode 9, Beers and Bucks.
Takes like a solid 2 minutes to me to actually calibrate and understand if we're actually live.
Takes me even longer to trust the guys operating this thing.
Jake,
Spence, you did it today. On try number 1.
Look at that. I actually see it.
Whew. We got a new bro dude in town today too. There's 5 of us today. It's kind of fun.
How many guys does it take to put on a podcast?
5 apparently.
Apparently 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's one more person to make fun of, so that's always good. We don't know him well enough yet though, so we got to kind of
ease in.
Yeah,
ease into it a little.
We don't have to quit day 3 on the job, so we'll. We also don't know enough dirt about him yet. We got Joe Dirt / Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus
had himself a weekend. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit.
Jake kind of reminded me of Frank the Tank in the movie Old School. Just putting him down.
We had the Lindahl annual wine and beer festival on Saturday night, and we might have to change the name to honor old freaking Billy Ray Cyrus over there. Jake showed up with hair extensions.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we should be named a psychiatrist.
I thought he looked good.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah, he came with confidence.
He brought it.
And, coming as a guy that doesn't have hair.
He left with less confidence than he came with.
All of a sudden, downtown Hudson, there's Jakey, we're going streaking!
Yeah, could have gotten to there. Thankfully, he had a ride home.
Yep.
Jordan put him to bed. All the fun was had. And now we get to make fun of him. So
he also said he wasn't going to drink for a month, and now he's cracked a beer. Sorry. I don't know if I was supposed to say that publicly.
Bad influence.
Got some people joining. Pyre, what's up, buddy? Jordan Ura.
You going to do the states, Timmy? Come on.
No, I'm not going to do this. Yeah, with Jordan Ura, Minnesota, Brandon, Wisconsin. That's about all I got.
Brandon Trowbridge, Michigan, Richard Brook, Iowa. Stuart Jackson, South Carolina. Keep going. Well, we get 25 states.
Deb Matson shoots, Wisconsin.
I saw my mom just join. That's just good.
Sue Lindahl, Wisconsin. Spencer Sutliff, Wisconsin.
PA. Riley Crap, I don't know where he's from. Seriously.
What's up, Riley?
Iowa? Hopefully we get 25 states for our final episode of 2022. It's kind of sad.
It is. Well, and it's the first time with the new platform, and it's been really doing well, and we're just thankful again for Hop and Barrel for continuing to sponsor and provide us beer. I got Minnesotan now, which makes me really happy.
Less whiny Timmy is good for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and the
Christmas cookie.
The Christmas cookie is here. The cookie lager.
It smells like a Spritz cookie. If you ever had a Spritz cookie.
That is how everyone described it this weekend.
It's worth the buy. Yeah, it was part of our wine and beer festival. So it didn't win, unfortunately, but it fought hard.
It did fight hard.
It's a perfect beer. We're going to go to Sam's this weekend. I mean, maybe we'll just have a cookie on the way through.
I might have to. Can you bring your own beer there?
I honestly don't know. Probably not.
I've never been to
driving through it, but
well, I think we're parking and we're walking, but it's supposed to be like 7 degrees.
It's gonna be cold.
That plan might change.
That might be.
We might have to go to that indoor place. So I think what happened, we have our immediate family Christmas on Saturday, and we had 2 options. We go look at a bunch of Christmas lights, which I heard it's actually kind of cool, or we go to this indoor place that has axe throwing indoor go-karts, and I started talking shit about how I was going to whoop that ass, and all of a sudden now Mike's vote swang to go looking at Christmas lights. Right. I'm like, I'm a demon behind the wheel. I'm just saying you can't take me. So we're going to have to, if we don't go this weekend there, then we might have to do a Domain crew little Saturday and go do go-karts so I can show them all what's up.
I'd love to see what's up.
I would put $20 per person that I win.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal. It's 20, 40,
in
60,
anything.
80. That's $80.
Pick your poison.
$80 in my pocket.
Pick your poison. Any one of them. Done.
Well, we got some cool stuff going on. Obviously, hunting's kind of fizzling down for a lot of guys. We're still seeing a lot of bucks coming into the plots. A lot of our big sexy plots are just getting absolutely dismantled right now. Got Christmas right around the corner. Be sure to go to the website for those last minute gifts because we got gift cards. We don't have to mail them. Just goes right to your inbox. Plus any apparel order, we're sending koozies, and we have a new little tweak to the green beanie. So it's just a little bit different green, but this sucker is pretty good looking.
Guaranteed to kill more bucks.
Yeah. So if you're still sitting there like I am, you still have a few gifts you got to buy.
Oh, I thought you meant with the open tag.
Well, yeah.
Technically, you don't have archery tags. You're done.
No, I can still go shoot a doe if I want.
Fair. Firm but fair.
Yeah, but I got 2 deer. Mel has really quieted her tone because she's been yelling at me for not bringing any deer home, and now I got 2.
I noticed you were peacocking over there a little bit.
But here's the problem. So my buck, I had to go. It was Sunday when we recovered my buck, and my cousin Brady was like, he gets laid off this time of year for work or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take your buck and I'll cut it up for you." I'm like, that was super nice.
Was there any meat left on your buck?
Yeah, so he chunked it all out, quartered it all out, and then he laid the back straps in there. Well, then he left.
Shot on the back straps.
No. I did fling a few arrows, but the back straps were unscathed. Okay. So he leaves. I don't know what he was doing, smoking and joking. And John, I'm gonna throw John under the bridge, under the
bus.
Under the bus, yeah, because he let a dog in that shop, and they have a lab that's kind of like Cooper, a little heavy, likes to eat, and came back and out of the back straps there was literally like 3-inch chunk left. That dog ate almost 2 full backstrap sets. Can you imagine the gas that thing had?
I can't.
So when we made backstraps out at the cabin, John had to bring some of his bucks over, and he made up for it.
We brought all of ours to 82 pounds to Deer's Locker.
That's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
But tell you what,
it's good.
The best sticks I've ever had in my life.
We're gonna have to do a little traderoo. I got some good ring bolognas coming from Kessler's.
I like Kessler's ring bologna. Mm-hmm. We're equal opportunity, and we like to support them all. But I think the guys in the shop agree that the barbecue sticks from Deer's Locker are top 1 all time.
I got barbecue sticks from Kessler's coming.
I'll bet that $20 you're gonna lose on go-karts, but Deer's are better than Kessler's.
We're gonna do a side-by-side blind test.
Easy.
All right, I'm gonna bring them in. I get them. No, I get them back in January. All right, we'll make a comparison.
You. The jury has spoken.
Well, we'll see.
We chirp about it every day. A lot of chirping in here between the label engineers and these fellas. A lot of chirping. They're talking about town gossip, and these guys are talking about killing deer.
We're calling the label ladies label engineers now.
Well, you know.
We're having our little domain holiday party on Thursday, and there's gonna be a grip of us there. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be big. It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun to get everybody. It'll be the first time we've all been together as a team, and spouses and significant people and
people that have helped us. It's awesome.
Yeah, finally able to give back and go to dinner and have fun, not think about work. Spency's gonna take a night off of hunting. I mean, that's a big deal. Big deal there. He's logged more hours this year than I've logged in the last 15 years. So that's been good. Still has his buck tag, though. Yeah, been a tough year for old Spencer.
Not me. I filled my buck tag.
Buckless Uper has more bucks shot with a bow than
That's actually somewhat embarrassing.
Kinda.
But I feel good about it.
Yeah. Not me. Hey, you were due. It's better to be lucky than good, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of lucky, we are going to surgically extract Mike's horseshoe next year, and I don't know how invasive it is, but I'm going to take it.
I've been on a good run.
Yeah, at some point it's got to fizzle.
At some point it'll fizzle.
You got to just, you're going to ease out of it. You're going to have a little 2-year slump, and I'm going to come and I'm just going to start just whacking them.
I've got a theory on it.
What's that?
Every year, and I think these guys witnessed it firsthand this year, we come into the season and they're just stress balls. They're just like wired up about killing deer and all this stuff and all this pressure they inherently put on themselves to kill deer. Watching these two guys at lunch was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like they're just stress balls. And I would sit down and kind of just be like, if I get out and hunt, great. If I don't, bummer. But when I do get out and hunt, I'm just going to get out there and enjoy it and see what happens. Had a whole different mindset. It seems to work.
What do you think is going to happen with Sam? Do you think we're going to have the trifecta?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. He's got some big deer on camera, and it'll be interesting.
So Sam's first day was Monday.
Yeah.
And
the second day.
So start watching for some autographs from old Sammy when you get the package from Domain.
He sent 2 autographs today.
First 2?
Yeah.
Look out.
Richard, if you're watching, you're one of the first. Frame that sucker.
It's going to be worth some money someday.
You never know. I mean, he's got a pretty big buck on camera.
Yeah.
He kills that sucker next year. I mean, that autograph. I mean, I tell you what. But that's my theory about getting lucky.
Yep.
I just put less pressure on myself. We'll see if Jake can pull it off next year. Spency can't. That guy hunts. He's just wired. I love it. He reminds me of myself back in the day. I just hunted all the time. It's great.
I found myself last year, like when I actually hunted more last year than this year, and I found like I was bringing like a little extra battery pack thing for my phone so I could keep it charged, and I went, that's a problem. So this year I didn't do that. I'm just like phone in the pocket,
Kill the buck.
just focus, just
many
watch
bucks?
the sunrise, watch the sunset.
How many bucks walked by you last year? You mean?
Probably
Probably had a
tons.
bunch of shooters just
But
on by.
it was kind of a realization that I had, like, dude, you can disconnect for a while here and just watch nature, and it's funny. A lot of guys probably run into that where it's just, that's why we did that initiative with Tacticam and a few of those other companies, like stop scrolling, just hunt.
Yep.
And I think it was a problem, but I think I solved it.
So it was worth it, right?
Yeah.
There you go. We'll run it again next year. Whew. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about. Now I've just got down this rabbit hole of just hunting. I want to turn my phone off and kind of turn my brain off with it.
I was just reading.
Michael Lennig had a question and I can't find it now.
I got it. It says,
Yeah.
thoughts on running 2 separate plots, one with Big Sexy and the other No BS, new to food plots.
I love it.
I think it's a great idea. Depending on how much, you see the whistle? That's what I was talking about with the little whew in the mic. Those both have brassicas. No BS, is going to have a little bit more variety. You're going to get a little clover and chicory in it. I'm a big fan of trying to diversify the plots that you put in, having a more of a perennial and having more of an annual. The only tweak I would say, like, I love No BS. It's my favorite plot by far. I love Big Sexy too. But you might look at putting like a Hot Chick or a Comeback Kid, something that's more of your perennial plot that's gonna be there and you want to get it established. But if you're looking to rotate them every year, No BS is a really good option. Another one you might try is our Sugar Mama mix, because then in the spring it's going to come back in your clovers, and then you could put that into clover next year. But No BS, Big Sexy, that's a pretty deadly combo. I can't really crash it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. We answer thousands of questions every year. Like, what's your best hunt plot? And we always fall victim to like Big Sexy and Green Machine, because they're probably 2 of our best. Mm-hmm. And No BS, since the day we started this company, has been like categorized as a throw and grow. So we only mention it when it comes to no equipment or partial shade. When in reality, like, if you look at your property and everybody else's, like, when they plant that mix, it changes everything.
I never even had a camera in the horseshoe plot this year. We had a beautiful plot, but I had 7 deer out in the No BS plot tonight.
Probably our best hunt plot, if not one of them, because of what you mentioned. It's got winter oats, it's got chicory, 2 varieties of clover, radish, rape. We got 6 plant varieties maturing at 6 different times, perennials, annuals. It's really damn good.
It's a money plot.
We do a terrible job of like pushing it.
Yeah.
So It's fun. We're getting to that time of year where the phones are about to light up, but Facebook and our website are just lighting up with guys and gals that are either had a great year and want to make it better, had a bad year, want to make it better, planted a quarter acre, want to plant 2 acres. Like, we're in that time of year where it's planning season. So it's fun around here because we're kind of in the thick of it with everybody just trying to get plans out there and kind of looking at our own properties, trying to figure out like what worked, what didn't, and what we're going to change. So although it's December 13th and it's cold out and it's late season and a lot of hunting to do still, it's kind of fun to start thinking about next year already.
I already am.
You know?
It's one of those things where always keep kind of tweaking it. And I was talking to John Fair this week via email, and they killed a couple of nice bucks on their property, some does, and he's still new to it, and he's still trial and error. And I still had a plot fail this year. We just didn't have rain. So I think
pretty good at planting food plots either. Not much experience.
Well, I took it like you said, and you just run and you throw it up above your head. That's what you told me to do.
Works for me.
No, my plots actually came in really good this year, except for one. The other ones we kind of retailed in, but I tell you what, Jakey Boy and Spencer put in some illicit and Big Sexy. Whew, it was money. You walk through that thing, the radishes
were. Where Jake planted and where Spencer planted.
Spencer's was perfect. Jake's was a little bit like just kind of like marginal, like his haircut.
Like a few he had like a few moments where like he kind of like lost his train of thought somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like. It was best like a week after planting because you could see like the one side was like evenly spaced, a foot apart, and the other side was like,
what's going on there?
did he have a hole in the spreader?
Yeah.
Like it was just like carpet, good carpet. And he went through like 9 acres of seed on a half-acre plot. Other than that, it was great.
Yeah. But this is the first rabbit hole I wanted to go down because we never discussed this, but when we were in Kentucky, Jake came out of the room and he was frazzled. And we're like, what's going on? He's like, my buddy got attacked by an owl this morning. True story.
That is something that would happen to only you.
Sitting in a tree stand, an owl dive bombed him. And I was sitting in a tree stand one morning, and I had 6 owls land within like 15 feet of me. And Mel always asks me why I'm like out hunting. I'm like, I'm putting my life on the line to put food on the table. I looked it up. Between owls and hawks, there's like 32 attacks a year.
And that we know one of the guys? Wow.
One of the guys.
That's pretty good.
But I don't even know. I think that research is flawed because if I got attacked by a hawk, I probably wouldn't be advertising it. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I got in a bar fight. Like, you get just deuced by a great horned owl. Like, what are you going to do?
There's like 19 great horned owls in the world, too. So
I know.
That'd be crazy. You're one of the 32 guys and one of the 19 owls?
Yeah.
Like,
what would you... His buddy, like, straight up got, like... in the research, the rabbit hole I went down, like, they sense movement. They don't know that you're in there just trying to enjoy your morning. Okay. And they're like, ooh, some food, and then they come in and it's like, I don't know. I think we need more awareness on it because I think it's probably going to elevate in the next 2 to 3 years.
Going on a hunt trip with you,
yeah,
every day is an experience.
Why?
I've been hunting for 38 years, and every day you hunt in Kentucky, you experience something I've never experienced. Every day.
Yeah.
You got attacked by a rabbit.
Well,
pretty much.
In fairness, yeah.
You stuck your head in a squirrel nest that was inhabited by said squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what else. Like,
in fairness, that both happened the same morning. I'm walking in on the slave plantation, horrified. Like, it's an hour before it's going to get light. I'm already spooked because they filled me full of shit the whole freaking afternoon.
7 ghost sightings in Kentucky in 2022, and Tim had 6 of them.
Well, they just kept pimping me up about how ghosty, you careful, you're going to hear chains, and I'm walking in, like, all's good. I don't have my headlamp on, and I hear behind me. I'm like, whoo! It's a rabbit. And then I get to the stand, and on the bench where I'm supposed to sit, there's a damn squirrel nest, and I'm like, well, this is great. And it took me a while to find the stand. I got a little lost, but I finally get up there, and I just kind of knocked, like, anyone home, and he wasn't on vacation. He was there. And then it was one of the big fox squirrels. He sat there barking at me. I almost flung one. And that was the same morning I shot the coyote, allegedly. It was a hell of a day.
I mean, you had a day.
Didn't see any bucks,
You
but
had a day. Like I said, you have like a lifetime of experiences every time you're in a tree. You don't have time to pull your phone out. You're too busy defending yourself.
I know. That's what I keep trying to tell Mel.
I mean,
Like, it's not just like all fun and games when you're out hunting. You got to constantly be on alert. Owls, hawks, eagles, squirrels. We got a lot of fishers around us. They'll climb right up the tree.
Yep. Snakes.
I hate snakes.
So Tim has a Ring camera
Oh,
at his cabin, and fantastic. So he's at his cabin in like August or September, like getting out of his truck, slams the door, and there's like a 4-inch long garter snake on the ground, and the Ring camera catches it perfectly, like, and runs away.
well, in fairness,
This little snake's like, it was this big.
there was 2 of them, and the one had fangs. I'm pretty confident.
yeah.
And I literally stepped right on the one. I was just like, oh, like.
It was
But yeah,
pretty pathetic.
I tried to get in and delete it, and by that point, I was too late.
Yeah.
I took a proactive measure too and sent it to Mel because I figured she'd see it.
Better off just getting out of the way, and then you
Yeah.
send it to me.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea, but
So explain bad habit to us. How to best use it, please, Jared Carter.
I was just going to talk about that. You tear the bag open and you dump it out, and then make sure your camera has a full battery and a full SD card.
I best results that I've seen with bad habit is either if you're in a state where you can do corn, you can do some type of a feed, just mixing some of that bad habit in there to get that aroma in there. If you're in an area where you can put a stockpile block out, put your stockpile block out, and then put a bag of bad habit on it. It really is amazing.
I mean, yeah, to compare it, when we're getting to that time of year where people are also asking about like recharge, when should I start using mineral? And I think it's also important to understand the difference in the two. A feed product like Bad Habit, they're going to consume as much of it as you provide to them. I mean, a deer is going to eat 5 to 7 pounds of food per day, depending on the time of year. And that's the style of food that is going to trigger that type of consumption. High protein, high energy. It's kind of got some flavoring, and vitamins and minerals are going to encourage them to eat more of it. Whereas Recharge, they're going to eat a tablespoon a day. So Recharge, I like to start in January. Bad Habit, I'm running that sucker hot right now.
Well, and even the big thing with Recharge to keep in mind when you go in and you're shopping mineral is look at the contents on the bag. So many of the products out there that you can buy are so heavy in salt that the deer hammer it and you're all pumped, but what nutritional value are you actually giving? When you look at Recharge and you look on the back label, it's clear as day why the deer hammer it like they do. They're getting all kinds of vitamins and minerals. There's still salt in it, but it's minimal. Same thing with Bad Habit. Even as a feed product, it's still packed with nutrition for the deer. So stockpile is the same way. So we don't really want to cut corners on attractants and just give a bunch of salt and stuff like that. Sure, the deer will come in. I remember back like growing up, the white salt licks were always the key, and it's like, well, what actually is that doing for your deer?
Nothing.
It's literally dehydrating them. Yeah.
Yep. Deer need salt. We use it as a way to get the minerals into their body. So it's a little different attitude than some of the other ones out there. I mean, Bad Habit, honestly, if you owned a high-fence deer farm, like it or not, but if you owned one, and your goal was to maximize antler growth, like, it would be a product you could use. Like, that's how it was designed. At the same time, my buddy in Kansas, we talked about it. His deer are literally addicted to it. When he runs out, the deer leave. Down in Kentucky, I mean, Brian's scenario is similar, where you pour that stuff out, and deer show up that you've never seen before in daylight.
Giant eight
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll let you decide.
Brandon Pyre says I'm lucky he can't post videos on the chat.
Probably true. But it's one of those things where, like, I'm using it now to get an inventory and feed deer, just to, try to figure out what survived the Orange Army, and A, do I want to late season hunt them, or B, do I want to hope they make it to next year type of thing. But we're known for food plots because our food plots are as premium as they get, and they perform, and they do other things. But I think that tends to make people overlook the attractants and minerals and blocks, which, if you like our food plots,
give them a shot.
we designed them with the same style and attitude, where if it's not the best, send it back. Because it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I think, looking at a lot of the like comments and feedback, like first time guys trying our seed, where it kind of shifting gears back to the seed side of things, is just, it was a drought year, and not everyone's plots came in. You could do everything you want to do, and they're not always going to come in great. So rain plays into it, pH plays into it, sunlight plays into it. A lot of it does, and I think it's quick to point into the seed and go, well, it's not like we don't have any fillers in our seed mixes. This is all premium seed. So something went wrong. And I think, it's important to keep that in mind and not just keep like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing and try some new seed next year or a different mix next year. Well, you're probably going to have the same results unless you get like really good rain and stuff like that. So just reach out to us and talk to us about, what happened. We'll work it out with you to figure out how we can get the plot to be more successful next year. And it leads me to a question that Anthony Marino posted. How many years did you leave Hot Chick planted before rotating out? Going on 4 years, and it's been great. Clover plots, you can continue to just keep in one area. What I would do in a clover plot, if you wanted to keep it established, is I would just go in the spring and I would just frost seed more Hot Chick into it. Or you might go into that established plot and you might go, well, I'm going to add some Comeback Kid and add some different varieties of clovers into it. Kind of depends on what you want to do, Anthony. If you wanted to rotate it into another, like a brassica plot, but you still wanted to have clovers the next year, you might go in this year and till it up and put Sugar Mama. If you're not fighting weeds and you've got a great clover plot and the deer are hitting it, don't go in and till it again. Go in my opinion, I would go in and broadcast some more Hot Chick in and just keep some fresh growth coming. It's a 2-3 year perennial. So
in his case.
4s, yeah. So that, if you wanted to keep it going, then all I would do is in the spring, I would just go in and I would add more Hot Chick seed into it, or you might get Hot Chick and come back and do a little mixture. Or you could go Comeback Kid and you could buy a pounder of chicory and you could just put some of that in. Chicory is definitely not a filler seed. It is a expensive seed. Deer love it, and it really helps with weed control. So that would be my opinion on it.
if you're going to keep it, make sure you've got plenty of brassicas to offset it. If you're going to switch it into brassicas, make sure one of your brassica plots gets flipped into perennials, just to make sure you've got that balance. Another thing, to Tim's point too, is your clovers are going to fixate nitrogen. So when it comes time to take that clover plot and turn it into something else, you've basically got some organic fertilizer sitting right there you're going to work into the soil. So keep that in mind when you're on year 2 or 3 of Big Sexy and you're looking to do something. A good year of, clover, chicory, maybe a new mix that we're going to come out with this year could be an option.
We're coming out with a new mix?
Oh, hey, maybe,
Jeepers kittens.
Could be an option to rebuild that soil, kind of reestablish some of the nutrients, flip it back into brassicas. So there's a ton of good options there. My daughter just said hi to her favorite guys.
Oh, Veda.
Little gal, watching Beers and Bucks.
I'll try not to
Let's
curse.
see here, Luke. Hello from North Carolina. Didn't get much rain before the temps dropped. Plus, didn't go that well. When would you plan to plant for spring plots, and what would be the go-to for small acreage farm? So, a couple options there, but I can't answer without more information. In North Carolina, depending on where you are, whether in the mountains or at the coast, differing types of summer. Hot Chick Comeback Kid would be great in March. I'd prefer it in a semi-shaded location. However, on February 1st, I might recommend tuning into Beers and Bucks. We may have some alternative opportunities or solutions for you as well that might be nice to plant in the spring. We're going to launch 3 new products on Feb 1. Care to tune in? Maybe we can help you. But those are some options. Is it shaded? Is it sunny? Do you know your pH? Are 3 questions I would ask to better answer those questions.
And we're in North Carolina too.
Yeah.
So
Are you in the mountains or on your coast? Where are you?
we gave a buddy of mine, known in my main job, gave him some seed this year, Brandon, and he put it in. He said he's never seen that many deer coming in, and he put in Big Sexy, he put in Green Machine, had crazy good success with it, and he actually killed for that area in North Carolina. He killed a slammer 8-pointer, which was pretty cool.
Those are 2 of the go-tos. And I think Green Machine came darn close to Big Sexy this year in bucks on the ground. But my sleeper for 2023 is Bombshell.
Yeah, Bombshell. Bombshell is a great mix. I mean, all the mixes are great, and all of them have different use cases, right? Depending on what you're looking to do. And that's where, again, we suggest reaching out if you have questions. We've got the food plot selector on the website, which another update there, we're going to be launching a new site at some point.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah. Riley, like, he took it upon himself, and I'm fairly picky. That's what I do, like, for my full-time job, sell websites and
he's done a hell of a
digital marketing, and he's done a heck of a job. We looked at it today. I think probably late January, early February launch, but it's just going to be easier for you to get in and shop and find what you're looking for. And it's mobile first. 85% of our website traffic comes on the phone, so we're designing it mobile, not on desktop, so it'll be easier to use on mobile. Everything's going to be way better. It's going to be kick-ass.
It'll allow us to provide more information, better if there's all the things that you want, and a better platform that's mobile friendly. Riley has done an incredible job with it. It's not done yet, obviously, but it's going to be really, really cool to finally launch and help people find our stuff easier.
Yeah. You know? Well, it'll just, like, even things like when you get in, just separating, your annuals, your perennials, you can still go in and shop all products just like you can today, if that's how you prefer to use the site. But again, mobile first design is made for mobile. Our last design was made for desktop, and it was just kind of so on mobile. So watch for a better experience there, more content, more education, everything that we're going to be pushing towards next year.
We got some young blood in here now too, so you should expect some more on our TikTok channel.
Yeah, I don't do.
Saw these guys scheming in here earlier today. They had their shirts off and they were bumping chests. I don't even look like they were.
I don't do the TikTok.
Nope, talk or tick either. These guys here.
I'm still hoping MySpace comes back. That's like my generation of social media was like, I was friends with Tom. All right, Spencer wasn't ever friends with Tom on MySpace. I was. It's a big deal.
MySpace.
I
was one of the first to have Facebook because La Crosse was one of the first schools that got it.
St. Cloud was right there.
Never had MySpace.
I remember being in college and someone was like, "Oh, just Facebook me," and I got back to the dorm and I'm like, "The hell is Facebook?" Made one.
Jared, I'm not necessarily saying that you want to oversee something we might launch Feb 1 into your Comeback Kid. I'm just saying before you make your spring decisions, Feb 1 might be a date to highlight on your calendar. That's all.
Josh, we would create a MySpace. I'm sure mine still exists. You said you'd have a background check.
Brian, Tim, your stories belong on the talk.
On the talk?
I don't disagree.
Is that what the young kids call it, the talk? Find me on the talk.
Not young. He calls it the talk. That might just be what the people call it.
Who knows? He's young at heart.
He is young at heart. I feel like he gets older every year we're down there, though, because, like, dear God, these guys are a freaking nightmare.
Yeah.
He was getting chased by ghosts.
He had to come pick me up.
I mean,
I got out of Louisville.
Marcus
and I'm
wearing a onesie.
He had the onesie on. We found Marcus's new onesie T-shirt, too.
Jake's a freaking spaz. He's just a head case there.
Well, and then they go in to try and help us in the like, fresh towels and stuff, and Marcus's loofah is always hanging out. It's like, cripes. Who brings when you're a grown man, you can leave your loofah at home. Bring a washcloth. Like, Who even does that? Just put the nose jammer soap in your hand.
What he does like though? He likes the lemon break.
Brian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We brought a case for him. He was a big fan. Big fan. I thought he was making fun of me at first, but he actually liked it.
Well, somebody asked earlier what our favorites are. Mike's is Lemon Breaker. Mine's Minnetonka's Bomb.
Where was that coffee one? Oh, we don't. They have a coffee one. You remember that?
Yeah.
Did you try that? Yeah, you did. It was like 10%, and I hate coffee beers. It was really good. Terrifying to drink the whole thing, but
What's this new one here? Lactose Panda, 5.5% alcohol chocolate milk stout.
so Brian in Kentucky literally just texted me another giant showing up on the Attracted in daylight. Mic drop.
That's juicy.
That's like 5 giants in a week, all daylighting on some domain attractant. Shit.
That's money.
How come you should have been using that when we were there?
No shit.
Yeah.
The heck were we doing? He's like, I got some acorns, and we don't need any more acorns. The oaks are dropped.
Fine.
He put me in a maple plantation. I'm like, that doesn't even produce acorns.
We don't have maple plantations.
Like a bunch of maple trees.
Woods?
Woods. Yeah. He's like, they're really hitting acorns this time of year.
Plantation.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, that looks like a lot of maples. I think Brian it was a conspiracy.
He was against you?
Not next year.
Ooh. He said, what did he say? What did you say?
What?
The other day when we were talking about Kentucky, and you were like, oh, Brian and me are...
We're tight. He likes my product ideas.
Oh, that's what it was.
I have a lot of good new product ideas that Mike doesn't like.
But Brian's a fan of
But Brian is a big fan. I'm not going to say any on the podcast. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
That would be a bad idea.
And someone else would, like, it's like the guy that invented the pet rock. The guy made like $1 million.
If I digress.
Just saying. That was an Office Space reference.
Yeah, your ideas are right up there with a pet rock.
The snot sleeve was legit.
There you go. He's giving away.
It's not the snot sleeve. It's called the Snot Tamer.
Yeah.
Aloe infused.
It's been one of Timmy's pipe dreams for a long time.
No one wants to wipe a running nose on your nice Sitka jacket. What are you supposed to do with that?
I remember when you pitched it to me the first time. You sent me a video from your tree stand, and you had the dangler.
Yeah.
You had probably a 6-inch snot dangler.
Yeah.
You and the coop have your danglers, and it still didn't sell.
It's a serious problem. If it gets cold, you get a runny nose. Where the hell are you supposed to wipe it? Snot Tamer. Boom. We'll see what kind of attention we get, and we'll come out with it. I've already got the prototype. Riley and I have partnered on it. It's a side deal. It's Snot Tamer. Jake's in 5%.
Yep.
And it's going to be aloe infused, machine washable.
You got a better shot at Billy Ray's hair extensions.
No.
Than you do with the Snot Tamer.
No. I think it's going to get a lot of traction.
This American flag 4th of July hat with some infused friggin' hair. Sell that thing.
No, I'm just saying the Snot Tamer, we're going to put a little snippet here. People are going to be demanding it.
Yep.
We'll get it into production.
There you go.
It peels right off. You machine wash. Put your second tamer right on there. All you need to do is buy 2, and you rotate
Is it
them.
going to be like the made-for-TV one where you buy one and wait a second, if you buy the next 30 minutes, you get 2 for the price of one because they're so good.
Yeah.
Anthony Marino wants to know if we're going to be at the Great American Outdoor Show in PA.
Probably not this year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we can get Jake to take the old war wagon out there.
For 10 straight days in PA.
Yeah, oh man, that sounds like a haul.
We would need to buy a semi. I love the idea. But we'll be at the Wisconsin Deer and Turkey Show end of February. And the boys will be in Des Moines the first weekend in March at the Iowa Deer Classic.
I'm going to be down there that weekend. I think we got to make plans to get down there.
There for sure.
We'll be. We're also going to sponsor the Shot for Hope this year.
February 11th.
I got all amped up for the Shot for Hope, and then I'm going to be gone for it. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, I'm going to be gone. But Shot for Hope is awesome. We could give him a little plug here. They make kids' dream hunts come true, and it's kids with severe illness. They maybe don't have the ability to get out into the woods, and they have all the machinery, like the wheelchairs that are accessible. Last year, it's just amazing. They just like these kids that maybe don't have long to live, and they take them and their whole family on a dream hunt, and that's what they say, they make their dreams come true. And we're super excited to sponsor it again. We're going to try and get Eric in here, who's founder of it, to do just a little bit more information on it. But man,
that's a cool
it really, like when we were there last year and they show the video of the kids hunt the previous year, it just like brings tears to your eyes. Like Absolutely. These kids, like they wouldn't have been able to do it without an organization like that. And it all started with Eric's daughter, him wanting to get her out hunting, and man, like, yeah, it's really cool. We sponsor a lot of different things. We support a lot of different things. This one's probably the most near. He's from Hudson, which is cool. But yeah, it's a really cool.
Yeah, we've got a youth archery team in Forest Lake that we sponsor, which is a really neat initiative as well. And then Shot for Hope, obviously, for the, I don't want to say underprivileged, just kids that wouldn't have a chance to do it otherwise. And time may be running out, may not be. Pretty neat deal. Bunch of banquets, and as much good as we can provide in the hunting industry, I think is a good thing, and we're thankful to be able to do it. So always a fun event. February 11th in kind of New Richmond, I guess you'd call it.
Last year, I kind of got in a beer off with a guy.
I heard you lost.
It didn't win for me. I kind of felt like Jake last Saturday night. Marcus was
Not
driving.
my all-time hangover.
It was like, woo! But, it's for the kids. But, and I want a sign that says, "We interrupt this marriage to bring you hunting season." Mel really appreciated that.
Yeah, that was good. 2 points for Timmy that night, huh?
Yeah.
Shows up drunk with a sign that says, "Let's interrupt this marriage for hunting season."
Yeah, it went over like a fart in church. That was not good.
We'll try to do better for you this year.
Well, I won't be there, so
that's already better.
Yeah.
So, we're off to a great start already. No, it'll be a fun event to go to, and it's pretty cool.
Well,
one of your friends, actually, I thought one of his people that he knows.
Yeah, Brandon. I think we're hoping that that all works out. I know they were trying to facilitate some of that, but yeah, spread the word. Eric told me 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago is when we first sponsored it, and that's where we met Jake. And
2 or 3.
3 years. And we had a break because they didn't have it in COVID. So it would have been 2019 when we first started the company. We sponsored it, and then we met Jake, and then Jake came on. But Eric told me that one of the biggest problems they have is they have the hunts ready, they just don't have the kids.
Yeah,
they need more kids, and we'll have them on. We're not going to do it on a Beers and Bucks. We're going to just do a video when he comes to get the donation.
Oh, there you go, Sony. There's a link right there. Thanks, Thor.
Yeah, thank you, Thor. We'll get a video with Eric, and he can kind of better explain what they're doing, what they need for support. But I'm a huge believer in it. So
absolutely thankful that we can do it. So
for sure.
We got a guy, Cody here, volunteering to take the truck and trailer to PA. So we got that going for us.
Now we're talking. We just farm it out.
Nothing to Illinois yet, Jared, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. I don't know if you mean hunting or show wise, but both.
I think Jake's scared to go to Pennsylvania. What happened when you guys were going to fly to Nashville? Was he comfortable about going on an airplane, or was he experienced?
He was not. I think most of family vacations for the Ergens involve Jordan holding Jake's hand through the airport. She definitely drives the rental car. It's pretty much her and the 4 kids, Jake and the other 3. So God bless her. She's a freaking saint.
I just like I fly a lot. I took 27 flights for work this year. Like I'm on the road a lot. Like it's just kind of like the airport's kind of a second home. I kind of know my way to navigate it. And when I hear people like, "Oh, we got to get there 3 hours early," I'm like, "No, you really probably Mom's the worst."
I picked her at 3:30 a.m. for a trip this year.
Yeah,
They
gotta get
7.
got to get in. You're supposed to get there 3 hours early for an international flight.
7. Jordan, bingo. See? She's watching. Look at her. Got the 3 kids in bed, having a glass of wine. She's a trophy wife there.
Jordan, I've got some tips so we can walk through that because Jakey boy,
He's going to Mexico this winter. He better figure it out.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
I actually, Jordan, if you wouldn't mind videoing it, I would pay you.
Well, the guy didn't.
I'm going to use my winning from the from the go karts. I got $80.
You're gonna be down $80, bro.
No,
His passport was expired, so he had that going for him. Why wouldn't it be, right?
classic. Jake baked the snake.
The international traveler.
Yeah, well, and he looks sketchy. He's like he's bound to get like caught up in the airport.
He'd be wearing his friggin' little hair extensions down there.
Yep.
Yikes. He was quite the Billy Ray. Quite the Billy Ray.
Well, check out the site. Like we mentioned earlier, if you're looking for last minute gift ideas, gift cards are on there. It gets delivered to your inbox instantly. You can do what you will. Clothing, apparel, anything you buy, you get these koozies. They're not just a shit koozie. They're pretty cool koozies.
They are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, too, the photo contest.
Yes, we can't forget that.
My Domain 2022 photo contest. Giving away a Matthews bow, Tacticams, all sorts of awesome prizes. So it's finished as far as applicants, but starting Jan 1, I believe it is, we'll start to vote. So there's semifinalists in every category, and you all are going to vote who wins in the whitetail category, the lifestyle category, the food plot category, and the grand prize. The grand prize winner wins a brand new Phase 4 Matthews bow. So it's a pretty cool deal. And that'll start here in January where you get to vote on who wins. So
There were some really cool applicants. I'm hoping we can pull it together again next year. I'm assuming we will.
that'll be the goal.
I was blown away by the amount of people that sent it in, but I also was like, I thought there would have been a lot more based on the bow and the other prizes. So I mean, the new bow is. I just got the new Matthews this year, and it's the best bow I've ever shot. I'm assuming if I got this new bow, it'd probably be the best bow I ever shot. So we expect a lot more out of the Domain Nation next year.
Yeah, I mean, it was free to enter.
Yeah, it's not like you got to pay anything. Just send your photo in. But we still had a lot of really good applicants, and I think you guys are going to be blown away by the semifinalists. So
yeah, there was the quality was really impressive.
Yep.
Next year, hopefully, the quantity will be more impressive.
Yeah.
But hey, it was our first go. Maybe we did a poor job of getting it out into the spheres.
I feel like that was an ops thing. Jake probably had something to do with it.
Thing. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll put it on the business support manager next year to make sure things.
Yeah, it's like, damn it, Sam.
Yep, we got to blame somebody. So Jake's getting. Eventually, we're going to burn him out. We blame him for most things.
We'll shift to Spency because we know Spency boy.
Will go next, and then as we get to know Sam and understand like how far we can push him,
We just slam him.
then we'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come work at Domain. It's great.
Yeah, day 2. Where's Sam? He doesn't show up for work tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate the support and the launch of the podcast. You know, we contemplated it for a while, but we knew we wanted to do it, and we just really appreciate everyone's continued support of it. Next year, we'll have a bunch more great content. We're going to have a bunch more great products to talk about. Hopefully, we'll probably mix some guests in here. Probably not in the live feed, but you can probably watch for some more kind of in-between podcasts where we'll bring some guests in and just keep the dialogue going. And
Absolutely.
we learn a lot from you guys, and we hope you take something from this. And yeah,
We'll try to have a Beers and Bucks in January. But make sure you mark your calendars for February 1st. We will be launching 3 brand new products. For the first time ever, we're going to launch the products and you'll immediately be able to buy them in stores. So that's why we've kind of pushed off the launch a few months here, just to make sure that our retailers are able to bring them in. We're excited. We're a solution-based company, so every product we're going to launch is going to solve a problem on your property. So it's hard to not talk about them right now because they're ready to go, and people keep asking us questions, and you want to answer it with the new product, and you can't. So excited to get those rocking and rolling.
Can we talk yet about, or if it's more of a January thing, you can tell me, but can we talk a little bit about which vendors we can expect expansion in?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So another thing we've been working hard on is in 2022, our dealer network, retailer network was good, but it wasn't very expansive, if you will. And in 2023, we're going to be bringing Domain products much closer to you in a variety of ways. Most of our customers are going to be bringing on our new SKUs, so like a Fleet Farm, Plains Farm and Fleet, Runnings, you name it, L&M, they're all going to have our new SKUs. But also, Tractor Supply is going to partner with us a little bit deeper this year. We'll get us into about 1,200 stores nationwide and allow us to cover the majority of the United States east of the Rockies. So no matter what state you're in, you're probably 20 minutes from one. So we'll be expanding there. Rural King and their 140 locations will carry us.
Not all Tractor Supplies had it this year from comments, but
we're in 400 stores.
But all the Tractor Supplies will have at least the baseline products. And if your local dealer doesn't have it, you can ask for it. But it's always available on Domain Outdoor. We want you to shop local. If it's
cheaper
there,
at retail too.
It is cheaper at retail. So we cover the shipping off of our, anything you buy off our site, we cover the shipping. But you can always get any product you want off of our website. But again, we'd prefer you shop local or shop at your local retailer.
Absolutely. Then everybody wins.
Yep.
So, but if you do shop from us, you get a love note too.
From Sam.
You got that? Now it's
I did notice he's putting a little heart there.
I see. Yeah.
Is he gonna phase out of that?
So
or
Jake gave him the tutorial. So Jake puts a heart.
Okay.
So that was part of the problem.
But now people are going to be disappointed if they don't get a heart.
You set that bar.
Sam's gonna set the bar.
Red lipstick and
Give it a little smooch. Yeah.
It's hard to find help around here. You really you gotta just take what you can get and carry on. So, but no.
Well, thanks everybody, and hey, bring on 2023.
We'll see you in the new year. All right.